Howdy y'all, Andy McCabe here, Claims Delegates. Man, you all would be so proud of me of the conversation I just had with an adjuster, an appraiser, and a PA. I won't tell you what part of the country they were in, but I'm on the horn with this guy, and I was salty. I was not a friendly person. But the takeaway, I want to tell you the story, but first I want to tell you about how to best approach negotiations. All right, and I'm reading several books. One of them that I recommend you all read is Never Split the Difference. And there's a lot of things when you're going into a negotiation. Man, I'm a little jittery. I'm just so fired up right now. All right, so let's talk about framing. Let's just get right to it. How you frame a situation and an interaction has a lot to do with whether or not you're going to have a positive or negative outcome. All right. And there's another book that I read that I can't think of the name of. He talks about power frames. And there's certain frames that are more powerful than others. All right. There's an authority frame. There's a expert frame. There's star status frame. But there's a frame of moral superiority. If you have the moral high ground going in and you stake that ground as this is how we're going to start this interaction and this is where we're building from, that is a very hard frame to break. And that's what I did. We've got a situation where this insurance company has been messing around with this claim for 2 years. All right, 2 years ago, they write some bogus estimate for 25 or 30 grand. And the homeowner turns around and tries to find some contractors to do the work, and she's getting numbers at $90,000, $110,000 to repair her house. She's freaked out. So what does the insurance company do? They just take one look at the estimates that she's getting and dismiss them offhand. Well, they're not an exactimate. They're not this or not that. Or we need that contractor to justify this bill. When in reality, it should have been the exact opposite. The insurance company needs to justify their payment. And in light of new information, they should revise their stance without incredible justification. But that's not my point. I started the conversation with this right out of the gate. I said, hey, I'm new to this. I wrote this appraisal estimate. You guys have been doing this for 2 years. It's very important to me that we don't waste any more time on this. And in order not to waste time, it's important that we all know where we stand and what our intentions are. So right here, before we start talking, I would like to know, does your company intend to settle this claim fairly and enable their client to build their house back to pre-loss condition? Or does your company want to argue about exactimate invoices? That right there, let that adjuster know, I'm not here to mess around. I'm not here to talk dollars and cents. I'm here on the moral high ground of who's going to take care of this client. And once we're all on the same page of, hey, we're here to take care of the client, that changes the tone and the mood of the conversation. Now, this guy did not like me. He didn't like me because he thought I was just some dumb hick from Oregon He didn't realize he was dealing with a licensed adjuster hick from Oregon who might know a thing or two about how to settle claims and how to get shit done. I had zero patience, and I was straight out of F's to give. And he kept trying to steer back to scope. And I had to keep reeling him back to say, what is going to put this client back together the best? Are we going to sit here and argue about 40 square feet of plaster? It's actually 20 square feet of plaster. We had a hallway with plaster. The IA put in a patch of 25 square feet. My estimate had 44 square feet. And I said, really? Is that what we're going to spend our time on? Talking about 20 square feet of plaster? Guess what? It's about reasonably uniform appearance. Is your patch, you're going to guarantee that your patch is going to be invisible? No. Let's get back on subject. What's it going to take to put this client back in pre-loss condition? So you stay out of the mud, you stay out of the, you get to ride the moral high ground all the way to a settlement. End of the day, they're going to revise their numbers. And I said, okay, I'll take a look at it. Get back to me. Framing. Frame the argument. Take the moral high ground. Be the first one out of the gate saying, I'm here. Why am I here? These are the reasons I'm here. And the reasons I'm here are not to add $20 to this claim in every room. The reason I'm here is not to get a check written. The reason I'm here is to take care of my client and put them back in their house. Very hard to argue with that. So you start with that frame of mind, you start with that framing, and yeah, it was awesome. I wish I could have recorded it, but you want to know more, give me a holler, I'll tell you all about it. See ya.